principal of Seyisi Primary School. I started teaching at Seyisi Primary School in 1995, and I was appointed in 2015 as a principal. But before I give to you, my friend, to introduce yourself, I have to thank Julian. Also, I have to thank Kithazi for recommending me to you about Partners for Possibility, because I've never heard of Partners for Possibility. And I remember the first time you came to me and we met, and I told you all about myself, about this hectic life that I'm living, that I am a principal, that I am a student, that I am a mother, a single mother, that I am a traditional healer, with all those caps. And you said to me, oh, okay, do you want to be in the program? I want to be in the program. And I said, yes, I am going to find out. But you said you are studying, and I said, I am going to find out. And throughout all that, I also want to thank my partner before we start our presentation. Thanks, my friend. Over to you.
So I'm Ardiela. I am partner to this powerhouse here called Kita, and my day job is a customer-facing manager at Goodyear, after which I go home and play with fairies, which is actually where I'd like to be. I'm very proud of my association with Goodyear. Goodyear is a global company, but they've been in South Africa for over 100 years. They've been dealing since 1915, and they really, and they started manufacturing plant in 1945. And in terms of the Eastern Cape landscape, they really are a powerhouse. And the reason why I am proud of my association with Goodyear is that we share common values. It's the values of teamwork, the values of results to people. There's a huge focus on education and community, and when I think of the partnership for possibility, I think that we have a really good marriage of values, and that is why I stand here proudly and say I am from Goodyear. So, moving along, Peter.
Seyisi Primary School was built in 1963 in the area of Kwazakele, where unemployment, poverty, and crime is quite rife. Then it was catering for grade 1 up to grade 4 learners with 6 educators in the school. Currently, it's catering for grade R up to grade 7 with 19 educators and 1 secretary with 9 teaching staff. That is not there. We don't have a caretaker, we don't have a cleaner, we only have the secretary at the school. We can move on.
I'd like to add that they do have Kithazi.
Our vision as the school, we are talking about providing quality education to the learners and uplift and empower learners to be responsible citizens. As we were crafting that vision as the school and the parents and the SGB, all our stakeholders, we look at the environment where our kids are coming from, because usually our kids, they take role models from where they are coming from. So we are trying as a school and striving to improve their life and to change their mindset, that their background doesn't determine their future, where they are going. So we're also trying to strive and doing that by having different programs in the school, that we are having extracurricular programs. We also have almost all the sporting codes. And I am telling you, Julian, when we play rugby, we will not only play with the local school, we play with Woodridge, with VP. Annually, we are being invited by Woodridge and VP to play with them. With all other codes, we play with Young Park, Sydenham, and other schools. We are not shying away from our schools in the location, but we do play with them, but we don't keep our kids to play there so that they can understand the dynamics of South Africa. And also in my school, as I was saying, we are holistically developing our kids. Our kids are involved in a garden project where we are teaching them gardening. Whilst we are teaching them gardening, we also teach them in entrepreneurial skills. What we are doing, we are selling seeds from them, and then they plant the seed in their homes, and then they sell. And what is happening again, last year we launched an entrepreneurial club where we called other peoples and other organizations that are helping us. Dr. Da, all the, talking about WESA and other companies that are part of our school. I was just highlighting how do we try to achieve the quality, the providing of quality education, the upliftment, and the instilling of values in our learners, because we have different programs that are assisting in that. And lastly, our motto is first things first. Education first, all other things follow behind.
So just a slide here to show you that Goodyear supports education. Not long ago we had a group conference, and part of our team building activity was not just a play in fairyland, it was actually painting desks, which we donated to the school. And we also each year partake in the Mandela Day, and part of that is always to give back to schools. We also have a graduate in training program, and we are also really proud in the Eastern Cape, one of the top 50 companies which has been recognized for their contribution within the Eastern Cape. So again, just a few happy slides about where we have come from today. Over to you, Kita. What some of your highlights?
My highlights. You know how to choose a partner for a partner. You really know your job. My partner was not judgmental. She was a good listener, and sometimes I would come to her because I had a challenge of discipline at work. There was this teacher at times you would want to those people were coming late, you know, and always having excuses. And when we sit down and talk about it, we would sit down and talk calmly, and you know, and when I'm coming from the sessions with her, I'll think, oh, okay, now I can see the way forward, you know. So she's a good partner to me. And also lessons learned. Lessons learned, I'm talking about lessons learned in the PFP program. You know, sometimes what was happening in my school, when you come to my office, we would talk and talk and talk, and immediately I would make assumptions of time to think has given me tools. I listen attentively, and all those skills and all those tools I'm applying to the staff there at school. And I even told Ardiela, Hyman, there's change in my school. I don't know what changed them. Because at the beginning, I do not want to lie. It was not easy because I was dealing with people who are saying, I'm used to. I'm used to. And the teacher who was always late, the teacher who was always having excuses, was the teacher who was saying, no, the old SMT knew my challenge. I do not understand why you can't understand it now, because those people were understanding it. So the lessons I have learned here and applying them at my school, they have worked gradually, slowly but surely, they are getting there. Because the teacher that I'm talking about now, and here I was, even at the beginning of the year, she is leading a committee, and she took her role, and she stood up, and everyone was asking, what happened to her? She's early, she's working, what's happening? And we were pointing her. And after she performed all she was doing, I called her to the office, and when she said that, she was, and I'm saying, no, sister, there's nothing wrong. I wanted to appreciate you. And he said, And I even went to the staff, appreciated her in front of the staff, and it's making a difference. There's a lot of teamwork. Also, the highlights were being part of For Good program. Because when you send your calls there, you don't know whether it's going to happen, you have to check your emails and respond. But here it is because we're looking for cleaners and they send us people to come and do that. And recently, I received an email about admin because we needed assistance in admin, and they said they are trying to implement the program in PE, so we'll be the first one to get there. So it's assisting really. Lastly, they're working together and finding solutions together. And my partner not saying to me, do this, do that, do that. And as I am telling you today, it's a work in progress. My school is in an area where there is crime, vandalism, it's day to day. And I'm not going to say we have managed. Let me say it's a process matter in solving that problem we are having. Over to you, Brother.
Thank you. So I'd just like to share with you a little bit of my journey with Partners for Possibility. So I'm a bit of a social media junkie. No judgment, people. So I saw the Partners for Possibility program on Facebook, and it really resonated with me because, you know, as with any, if you're coming from the Eastern Cape and you see the matric results, so we're all harsh critics, and all of us are always harsh critics when there's either crime, when there's a rugby or soccer loss, and then we're all professionals and we're all harsh coaches.
Yes.
So I must confess, and I say that, I was one of the very harsh critics of teachers. I call them the red pen brigade because all you ever see are people moaning about the marking. I'd see the bad school results, and I think, you know, we are really on a downward spiral. I had nothing but bad things to say about education, about the matric pass rate, about the state of where this country was going, knowing that our youth are going to have to take over. So I thought, okay, I'd not stand on the sidelines, I would dip my feet in the water, and Partners for Possibility seemed like the thing to do. So I really sent off the sponsorship to all my people in the corporates, but there were really no takers. And I thought, okay, this is not meant to be. And I immediately carried on until a few, I think, weeks into the first or the second circle. I got a call from Julian, and I thought, you know, I threw this out into the universe, and this is the universe now responding. So yes, I take up this challenge. Exactly. And so I believe in the fairies, and the fairies responded. And then I joined my first community of practice, and what a journey it's been. Because all of a sudden, I had to come face to face with not one principal, who's a real powerhouse, as you can see. She is not afraid of anything, she speaks her mind, she's energized, and now I'm surrounded with many principals who take ownership, who are committed, who lost weight, pick up weight, have sleepless nights. And so I have to swallow my own words, the cold lumpy porridge it was. And now my narrative to other people is absolutely, it has changed. People are now looking at me very strangely because I was a vitriolic critic, and now I'm changing completely. And so for me, it's really been such a transformative program personally. The training, it takes you on a really personal journey. It's not just for the leadership skills, it's really hardcore stuff. You know, I don't want to go through all the training interventions we have done, but I mean sitting face to face, sharing bits of your life and entrusting that to a stranger is really enlightening, it's transforming. And I think one of the highlights of the training interventions was where you could actually rewrite the ending of your story. I don't know if you guys can remember that. And all of a sudden you leave there with a sense of hope, that this story that I had already written about education, about educators and about principals because they lead, all of a sudden I find that I can write a different ending. And so that left me hopeful. But it didn't just leave me hopeful. It left me with a lot of things to think about myself and my own leadership. So I hear that some people found their voice. I learned I needed to shut up and listen, which I did, and it does work 90% of the times. I want to just then acknowledge Kita and my work with this journey that I've taken with her. I couldn't put down bullet points, I just had to put Superwoman up there. I met Kita on Friday in the midst of her telling me or a situation that she had where they had stolen the electric and power cables. And Kita is in a very strategic hotspot in terms of crime. And she mentioned this once only, that day she felt vulnerable. So one Friday out of the entire time that she was there, she felt vulnerable. And as a woman, I can imagine that she felt vulnerable on a Friday, but there she was, trying to lock up. I've had many conversations, Kita, and I'm sure for every other principal, you have no job description. You are a social worker, you're a policeman, you're a private investigator, you're a social worker, you're sometimes the judge and the jury, you're the coach, and so many other things. And those are really powerful positions, and I want to tell you something personal about Kita. As powerful as what she is, look, she can tell you things about networking and fundraising. I think she can write a book. She turns to mush. She's a really mushy mother nurturer when she sees a little child salivating over a pie. So I don't know how you can put the one with the other, but that's Kita. So, you know, Kita, to you and all the principals that I've met for this program, I certainly salute you. And I know that there are more of you out there, so I salute you. I salute all the hard work that you do. I think you are the unsung heroes. I promise I will never ever say anything negative. I will listen to the story first before I make judgment. And then to the partners, I also want to salute you, because all of you have gone out of your way and beyond what was expected of you. You really embraced this with your heart and your soul, all trying to make a difference. And for that I salute you. Many people could have sat on the sidelines, but you didn't. You decided to dip your feet and take the journey. Sometimes it wasn't easy because it's a personal journey as well as giving back. So it's not easy. You really have to work hard with yourselves. And then to Julian and the P4P and Symphonia. What can I say? Thank you very much. I think you guys do make a difference, one circle at a time, so please don't give up. Here are some of the highlights, so over to you, Kita.
Okay. Where Ardiela was giving motivational talk and also maths, my staff are saying my staff are always saying I have to own them. And also when they are talking, they say my kids and my wife, everything else. Our journey doesn't end here, colleagues. We are continuing to make a difference. I was in one of the meetings in Grahamstown, SG said he once met people and all the principal looked, why would you say you want met people? And said, making a difference, that's meant, the men that he wants. In closing, colleagues, we've just chosen those quotes where we are saying, when I came here, I was looking for a community, then I realized I was helping to create mine. And the last one, there's something so real about holding hands, something kind of complex simplicity, saying so much by doing so little. I love it.
Thank you.